Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Madeline.
How's was your
Good.
Christmas? Everything was good?
Yes, everything was good. We
Good.
actually got to spend time together in family and then on Zoom. So,
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, we want to say happy Christmas and happy Kwanzaa and happy holidays to everybody that is here from all the different genres.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
like, this is a beautiful time. It's actually it's very sunny and pretty here today in Texas.
Mhm.
Probably do you have snow there in Colorado?
No, we don't. There's some in the shaded areas, but it's pretty much melted off. We had a couple of 350-degree days, so it went bye bye. So,
Nice, nice. So today we are again like we usually do, guys. You know us. You should know us by now, anyway. Um, and we feel like it's heading more toward a lot of the galactic work and a lot of ways to help you um, with this amazing shift and change and frequency elevations that are happening across our planet, especially since our beautiful conjunction and the moon and everything. So, Lisa, do you want to take it from here, or do you
I
need me to?
sure. I
Good.
made some notes a little earlier about what I was feeling was happening. So I want to share those. It'll be great. I'll just read what I wrote down here. Um, our higher self and our angels and guides and the planets have been moving to assist us in all transitions and disconnections from all emotional and thought processes and physical elements, ailments, and spiritual trappings to help us move on to our higher self and keep our ascended path open and clear. So I've loved what they've been doing. It's like they've been snapping their fingers when you have something going on. They've been redirecting your attention so that you don't dive back into what you do not want, that you see ahead what you do want. I love it. How they're just distracting us. It's kind of like dangling that shiny in front of your head. Ooh, something shiny. So now you get away from uh, the trappings of the emotional downsides that you might have been going to experience. I just love it how they're distracting us and making us keep on our ascension path and keep our frame of mind in a more positive frame of mind. So they say to praise, and they want to praise us. They want to share that with us, that from this moment forward, you should continually praise yourself for doing your work. And I love that.
Isn't that
So,
nice?
allow yourself to be lifted and supported and loved to your next ascension level. And this is coming from you. This is not stuff that you're going to find outside of you. You need to let yourself be lifted. Feel yourself moving forward or above where you have been. And praise yourself for getting to that point. Love yourself. And
This
again,
is where you do the
remember
work, isn't it? This is
that's
where
right.
you get to do the work.
Right. And again, love yourself. Embrace yourself in love and
Mhm.
remember yourself. This is a part of remembering who you are and that we are moving to awaken and become our higher self so that we can again help Earth with her ascension path as well and all the others that are around us. So continue on. I just love how they want to help us.
I do know that a lot of us don't feel like we're in that space where we want to hug ourselves and love ourselves because we're so used to beating ourselves up
Mhm.
and feeling like that's not for me. You know, that
Mhm.
surely can't be for me.
Mhm.
So what they just had me or showed me to share with everyone is if you feel like you believe in angels or any higher power, if you would just get yourself quiet and close your eyes and feel one of your beautiful guardian angels behind you or one of your beautiful guides and masters. If it's an angel, just close your eyes and visualize their wings wrapping around you and holding you and hugging you. So, because they're part of you. So it's an easier way to allow yourself to hug yourself if you're one of those that feel like you don't want to hug yourself. But those giant angel wings will hug you. So let them hug you. And if it's one of your beautiful higher level guides or masters, they'll wrap you up in their arms quicker than you can blink an eye. Yeah. And just let that happen. Mm-hmm. And then you will start to feel so much better about yourself and feel like you're worthy of that love. And then you can actually take a few minutes and let yourself love and hug yourself. Know how special and gifted you are, because you are unique. Each one of us on this planet is unique. Okay. They like the angel wing wrap around. Just totally cocoon in the angel wings. Mm-hmm. So we have some affirmations that I was talking with Lisa before we started our call to see if she felt like it was okay to share these with you guys to help you with certain things and certain changes in the frequency and the dimensional shifts. Mm-hmm. So she agreed. So I'm going to
be very beneficial.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so you may need to replay this back if you want to write it down, because it's not going to be typed or sent to you in any way. You just listen to this one, and then I have another one later. But this one is to disconnect from third dimensional vibrations, which will help you easier move into the fifth dimension, into the changes, into what Mother Earth is moving toward and is already in. And we just don't need to be kicking and screaming. We just need to be in the flow of it. So, and this is beautiful. So this affirmation is, from the divine presence of God that I am, be it known that I hereby cancel all contracts and or agreements that I have made, anyone in my body has made, or anyone in my genetic lineage has made, to be connected to the third dimensional vibration within this universe through magnetic resonance or any other such means. I call to be free to choose the vibration at which I resonate and my own, under the guidance of my own divine presence. I further declare that the cancellation of all such contracts is to be irrevocable and permanent in all time frames, dimensions, lifelines, and realities. So be it. So be it. Just breathe that in. If that feels like a good affirmation for you, to help you, then by all means, I love it. There's a lot of great affirmations, and this one really, really helps right now because we are moving with that planetary alignment that was so powerful. It's beautiful. I know, Lisa, you've got something you want to share about that.
Again, acknowledging that you can stay in these other frequencies and let the other ones go is going to be very beneficial for you. So do these affirmations. Even if you can't remember all the words, just say, I am. I am transitioning. I am remembering my higher self. I am, and you'll be blessed with that energy. So.
It's amazing. one of the reasons why we're leading down this path is as of late, I've had several requests for different axotonal alignments, which connects you back up to your universal grid and everything else that's going on for you in an easy way. And so with me being in that energy so much of working for the axotonal alignments for my clients, it's kind of like, oh yeah, affirmations here would help. This is great. This is powerful. So what else do you have to say, Lisa?
Nothing's coming to mind just yet. Was there another affirmation that you wanted to share?
Yes, this one is about the environment. And so trying to decide if we want to do this affirmation. Yes. Okay. So this one is about your environment. From the divine presence of God that I am, I call forth that all things, whether animate or inanimate, within or around me, my home, garden, car, or place of business, be immediately deactivated from use as directional beacons by those who are not of 100% pure light. I further declare that when this has been accomplished, it shall be irrevocable and permanent. So be it. So this one helps when you feel like you have other situations, you're doing great, you're having an awesome time, and you get in an area of your house or you get to work or something happens in your car and you're sunk right back in that. So that's not a word. I can't spell that word, whatever that was, but you get sunk back in there. And so this, by canceling and deactivating the directional beacons, that whatever is assigned to you or part of you, that the lower level energies can come in and zap you or keep you off balance so you won't reach your higher divine self, this cancels it. So I think they're very, very important. The other thing that I wanted to share is the planets, the earth, your zodiac sign, all kind of things carry an energy frequency. And I watched an amazing YouTube video 3-4 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to share the video with you. The name of it, it's from the New Earth Project. It's Sacha Stone. I don't know if you've heard him or not, but he has a couple of guests on there. And they're talking about that frequency, kind of like they're following a little bit of what, why am I spacing on the name, Lisa? Who's the guy?
Hawkins,
Stephen Hawkins created that emotional balance scale, the things like that. So on that vibrational scale from 1 to 1,000, they have a reading for different zodiac signs, and they've also included the 13th sign and a reading for all of the planets. And with this alignment, these two planetary alignments, they come in at two different readings, but it's about love. It's about moving forward through love. So the name of the video is The Entire Electric Universe, Zodiac Signs, Event Horizons, and Our Solar System, the New Earth Project. And he did it on Christmas Day. It's rather long, but if you're interested in that, take a look. See how it sits with you or not. You don't have to. Some of it, and as with everything, take what resonates with you and let go of the rest. File it in like the back of the refrigerator to maybe I'm going to take a look at that and eat that one later. You know, it's like not now, but later. Just move it away from you. But at least you've gotten the information to start putting a little tear in those blinders that we're so used to having. We're used to having things our way. This is what I understand. This is how I like it. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's always been. This is how it's going to always be. We're in the middle of huge change right now. You have to be willing to be open to that. All right, that's interesting.
It has been very interesting as I've been watching this planetary conjunction, and I've been noticing what Jupiter and Saturn are doing in the ways of frequency to assist Earth. So although they are lower frequencies than Earth at this time, they are sending their love frequencies to Earth so that she can take it in and utilize it herself and then send it out again to all the inhabitants, life forms, and any even inanimate objects are receiving this love energy from Earth now. So here's what I wrote. It's nourishing Earth with love frequencies from the 528 hertz and beyond. To fill, she can now take these frequencies that she's receiving from these other divine planets at this time and move these frequencies towards the surface for all life forms and for herself. So we are moving into frequencies from planets that we had no idea would assist us, and they are helping us thrive. They are helping us transition and thrive. So again, all of those of you that looked at that conjunction and said, it ain't no special deal. I'm not seeing a huge bright and shiny light, etc. A lot of people I heard were disappointed in it. But again, I understand what frequency-based assistance they were providing for us. So that was really cool. I even looked at it last night before it went down the mountains and was just thanking it for blessing us with their frequencies now that they are moving apart. And again, I do understand how they affected Earth and how she gave us the love frequencies from them.
I'm understanding that they activated that bright, shiny light within each one of us. So like Master Melchior said last time, I think it was last time, what you see outside is a reflection of what's going on inside. So maybe you were in a spot where you actually couldn't see the conjunction and didn't notice the light, but it happened. It's inside. And now is your chance to nourish that and appreciate that and love that. And I have something else I wanted to share. I don't know if any of you have noticed this or not, but this is what happened to me. I was sound asleep one night, really resting well, sound asleep, and I woke up with a jolt because I heard in my head. I heard a loud in my head, and I thought, what is that? And I'm looking around, It's the middle of the night. There's nothing out there. All the dogs are quiet. The yard's quiet. And I got the impression that they flipped a switch that had been stuck for a while, and it made a big noise to flip up, blink, like it's kind of rusted, but not. So they forced it. And that's the way I could visualize it. They flipped a switch. And ever since that night, it's just kind of like, okay, what's next? What's next? It's kind of like this wide-eyed, like, okay, what's next? So I don't know if any of you have experienced certain things that's happened to you in your sleep or have jolted up out of your sleep or since this coming up to this conjunction and there's going to be more is what I'm hearing. There's going to be more and more and more. So this is the thing. One of my very first spiritual teachers gave us 3 rules to live life by. Rule number 1 is don't panic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rule number 2 is don't panic. And rule number 3, most important, is don't panic. That's it. So let yourself be you. Use these affirmations. See how they work for you. Search around, do your own research. This is time for you to stand up for yourself. Declare your acknowledgement of wanting to listen and be part and connected more so with your higher self, your divine self, because it will never lead you astray. Never.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right. And Master Melkor from last week, he's been here. He's been hanging around all week.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, expect more. Yes. There'll be more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Only from the love frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And care and compassion.
Mm-hmm. Towards yourself and outwards to others. Remember, always give your love away. The more you give away, the more you will be replenished with.
That's right.
All sources.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all the road rage, all the nonsense, all the stuff we're seeing going on, just know all that will change. Don't get yourself involved in it. It's not about you. You may feel like it's about you. You may feel like it's affecting you directly. And it's all in how you assimilate the changes that are happening.
That's right.
The more you stop your kicking and screaming. Okay, they're showing me another thing to share with you guys. Oh my gosh, really? When I was a kid, my mom took us to get our, I don't know, polio shots or boosters or whatever it was. And I was about 6 or so. And my sister was a year younger. And it was a small place. It was a clinic. And they had a waiting room. And the waiting room, there was a door that went back here where the doctor was. It came back around and came back another door into the waiting room. You know, so it was like on a circle layout. Mm-hmm. And so they were going to give me a shot. And I decided they weren't. So I took off running. And the doctor and all the nurses are chasing me around in this circle. We're going around through the waiting room, screaming, hollering. And they finally get me. And they're trying to hold me down. And I'm wiggling and carrying on. And there's the doctor saying, it took 3 nurses to hold me down, by the way. The doctor is saying, you know, if you would be still, it wouldn't hurt so bad. But because you're wiggling, it's going to be hurt. It's going to really hurt you when I give you the shot. And I'm like, well, don't give it to me. You know, leave me alone. And so sure enough, the more I resisted it, the more it hurt. And so it's the same thing about what's going on here in our world right now. The more we show, what's the word? Pushback, irritation, aggravation, fear, the more it's going to hurt. But it's still going to happen. And it ended up better for me. It'll end up better for you. When the timing is right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I whined and cried all that night. I do have to remember. My arm all swelled up. I couldn't watch what I wanted to on TV. I was in trouble. So hopefully you guys won't be in trouble. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why they wanted me to share that.
Yeah. Again, try, if you find yourself in resistance mode, just pause and ask yourself, why are you resisting? Is it something that's a behavior that you has been ingrained into you? Has a free choice of yours been taken away that you have to conform? And are you ready to let that go so that you can be your own free self? I always
Nice.
tell everybody that we're domesticated. Children
We're
are
what?
domesticated. Children are domesticated. We have to learn to be part of society. So our natural responses are altered, just like your natural response to not get that shot, you see, was very prevalent that day. And then as we move into conforming into what society thinks and being domesticated into the human race, we have to let that stuff go. When you remember your story like that, Madalyn, that means it might be something you're still resisting.
Probably.
So we can take a look at that. Why am I resisting? Can I pause for just a moment and ask myself, am I resisting because it's been ingrained into me that I have to be domesticated and act like this to be part of society? Or can you let that go now and say, I'm going to free myself and become my authentic self by letting these issues go? So again, just pause when you find yourself in resistance. This is a good reflection time. I always like this week of
It
the
is.
year in between Christmas and New Year's. It's like we get to rejuvenate, or we just get to be down, have downtime until we decide that we're going to step into the newness that we trigger when we say one year ends and another one begins. So again, do your reflection, sort through all that junk, and again, choose love for yourself. Always choose love for yourself. We're not trained to love ourselves. We're trained to love everybody else. We do all this Christmas stuff. We're going out and getting our gifts. We're making our treasures for other people, etc. And we're gifting our love away. Now remember to gift your love back to yourself.
And we're trained to do what we're asked. We're trained to just follow along. Because when I was running that day, I remember my little sister was running right behind me. I was like, come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. And all we could do was run in circles. And she was running with me. But when it came time for her to have her shot, she was quiet and calm. And she's like, I already figured this one out. I'm not falling for that. I'll be real still. I let her figure it out in front of me. But I can recall that when I was a kid, I was always sick. Always sick. And always having to go to the doctor to get a shot because I had tonsillitis, allergic to the water and the chlorine in the pool. Always sick. Always. And I can remember that I took my sister when I was old enough to drive. I took her to the doctor one day for her to get a penicillin shot for something. And while I was there, my doctor said, well, while you're here, let's just go ahead. And I'm like, no. I wanted to skip now. He's like, no, while you're here. So I equate all that when you said reflecting that is that I'm going to be sick, or I've been sick. And that has carried over this far now. And I'm actually starting to look at that, and I don't need to fall back on I'm going to be sick, or I've been sick. And things are different for me when I'm sick. So it's like you can leave me alone because I'm sick, but it's not necessary. Why would you let yourself be sick? Crazy. Takes me this long to figure that out. So nice. Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.
And no more shots for me.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
I haven't had shots in years. In fact, the last shot I gave myself. So
Okay.
yeah, a tetanus shot. Went and
Ouch.
got my horsey tetanus shot and gave it to myself. It's like, I'm not going to a doctor.
Okay.
And I'm still here, you know. Still alive.
Loving yourself.
That's right.
Loving yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
guys. Well, if y'all have any comments or questions or whatever, put it to us in the chat, in the either on Facebook or here on YouTube, and we'll do our best to try to get back with you with an answer or something. But you know, we are
yeah.
Sis-Star Love Connection crazies. So
That's
just
right.
so you know.
Yeah. So,
okay. So maybe we will talk to you again next Sunday, possibly. Have a wonderful new year, which I think
enjoy
it comes
yourself.
before Sunday.
Yeah. Enjoy discovering yourself. Enjoy watching others discover themselves. So.
And let your inner child have fun and explore. You don't have to be controlled by somebody else. You don't have to make yourself stay in line. You don't have to make yourself follow or be amenable because it's always what's expected of you, even though it's something that doesn't align with your own higher self.
That's right.
Step into
be
who
the
you
wild child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So much love, everyone. So glad you spent some time with us today, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye for now. The human body is filled with and surrounded by a dynamic energy system. The electromagnetic field of energy that surrounds the body is referred to as the auric field, aura, or etheric body, which is made up of the emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. Axial tonal alignment is a healing technique that reunites our physical bodies with axial tonal lines for healing the physical and etheric bodies. Axial tonal lines are part of a fifth-dimensional circulatory system. This alignment brings in and activates these new golden lines, establishes reconnection of DNA, and is a direct link between cosmic intelligence and your consciousness. Axial tonal alignment requires 2 sessions to fully activate and connect your axial tonal lines. This process is best integrated when done remotely from the comfort of your own quiet space, free from distractions or disturbances, for about 30 minutes.